Hey Draglings. Don't ask me why I did that. Hey Dragonlings, so I just finished like a 40-minute clip that was originally supposed to be like a vlog clip. It was supposed to be like 5 minutes. Turned into 40. So I'm gonna make its own discussion video. So hi, if you're new here, my name is Skye. I'm a fantasy author who typically writes paranormal romance under the name SD Hegyes, and apparently every once in a while I go on these rants and tangents, and so I'm going to include this rant and tangent as its own bonus video. So yeah, enjoy the next clip where I just go on this tangent and then jump around topics to always come back to the same topic. I hope you enjoy it, and yeah. Hey Dragonlings, welcome back to a new vlog. I had some things that I wanted to discuss that I mentioned at the tail end of last week's vlog. I'm literally filming this right after filming that. So I want to discuss these things. I have a lot of video ideas, but at the same time, I don't always have time to film said video ideas and edit said video videos if I also want to do some of my other hobbies, because editing takes me so long. I saw a video the other day where someone talked about their video editing process, and they do video editing for, I think it was Alyssa. I think it was Alyssa from Alyssa in the Books. I will link her channel below. I'm pretty certain it was her, where she was talking about the fact that she does 3 passes on each of her videos because she drops all her clips in her video editing software. She watches it through, cuts it where she needs to on the first watch through, and then on the second watch through she adds all of her montages, and on the third watch through is like after everything has been like exported and before it's uploaded and stuff like that. So it's like a final, did everything come out the way it's supposed to kind of watch. And I feel that because I don't quite do that, because what I try to do, like I do 2 passes. My first editing pass with videos is I try to drop all the clips at once in the order I want them in. That includes my montages, that includes my talking clips, that includes everything. And I have a pre-saved file with my intro and outro, and I just move clips around. It might be easier if I like film it one day to actually show you what I do process-wise, but today is not that day. But suffice it to say that as I get to points where I want to add music or add, like, so every once in a while you'll see a banner come up to the bottom that shows the date, or it shows like something that like I'm either correcting myself or I'm dropping some information in that I had forgotten to mention, or I'm trying to, like, my brain was like, that's not worded right kind of thing. With that first pass, I am basically cutting out everything I want to cut out and adding all that stuff in at the same time. And then after all that's said and done, my second watch through is after I've uploaded it to, I do a kind of watch through. I do 2 kind of watch throughs. I do 2 kind of watch throughs. The first one is while it's still in the editing program, when I just make sure I've added everything I wanted to add in, as far as like the banners and pictures and stuff like that. And I kind of skip around to like different points of the video to make sure everything works right. The second kind of watch through, where I would do the same thing, is after I've exported it, when I'm checking the file to make sure it exported correctly. And then the third view for me, which is actually the second full view, is when I upload it to YouTube. I watch that fully to make sure that it uploaded correctly, everything is the way it's supposed to be, and I usually watch it while I'm like editing the description or adding tags and stuff like that. Not tags, that's not the right word. Adding description, adding it to playlist, correcting all the metadata on the backside. That's usually when I watch it before it goes live, and then I schedule it once I've made sure it works through. So I've only got 2 actual full views, and technically speaking, 2 actual full views of each video. But it takes so long to do all 4 of those steps, because technically it's still 4 steps. It's editing with a full view, adding stuff in during that time. It's kind of a skim watch while it's still in the movie editing program. It's a skim watch once it's been exported, and then it's a full watch when it's uploaded to YouTube. And all of that, especially like when my vlogs seem to be getting to the point where they're about an hour long every week, it takes a long time. Vlogs essentially for me are a lot easier than like sit down talking videos, which is honestly why I prefer the vlogs. And part of me wonders, I've got a couple different things. Part of me wonders if I shouldn't just do more vlogs where they're just chitty chat vlogs, and we just like, I do dedicated vlogs where it's not necessarily like by date, but it's just by topic, and like it may cover across a span of a couple of days while I'm still talking about a specific topic. And then maybe do like a weekly update video where I just talk about what I've been working on that week. Like, I have been debating doing that because like I have so many topics I have opinions on, especially after watching various YouTube videos. I so often I watch a video, I'm like, that is such a cool topic. I think we want more people discussing this. And I'll go through and I'll read people's comments attached to them, but like the one thing that I do not like about YouTube, that I like about YouTube live streams, that I don't like about YouTube videos, is the fact that you can have like these conversations, and it can happen with comments on videos, but it doesn't happen that often. A lot of times I'll see individual comments and like it's everyone's own comments, but there's times, and I don't know about you guys, but I do this a lot, where I go back and as I'm reading comments, if I see something I either agree with or like I have a slightly different take or I want to add on to their take, I reply to people's comments. It doesn't happen often because most of the time when I'm watching YouTube videos, I'm at work. But when I sit down and I'm like at a computer, like I've got my computer right in front of me right now at work during my lunch break, if I'm sitting at a computer when I'm watching YouTube videos, I try to read through the comments and reply to the comments, because sometimes there's some interesting things that are said. And that's one of the reasons why I like live streams more than videos, as far as like the interaction that can happen. I do like long form content videos, period, because I like being able to get all my thoughts out without being like derailed by other conversations. That's a different topic. But yeah, that's where my head is at right now. I've been wondering whether or not, like, I'll still do like the vlog clips where I add in some B-roll stuff, because one of the things I really do like about vlogs, because I'm always listening, I don't necessarily care whether people put B-roll in their own videos, but B-roll for me is like the stuff I see out on, whether I'm driving or walking or whatever I'm doing during the day, that I don't necessarily need the audio of. It's just cool things in my life, whether it's activities we've done, events, animals I've seen. I happen to live in a part of the world right now currently where I see a lot of deer all the time. And I love deer. That is essentially my spirit animal. If you're all woo-woo and stuff, like, I don't know another, New Age is the terminology we used when I was younger and I was working at a used bookstore. If you are of a New Age personality, my spirit animal is a deer. So whenever I see a deer, I'm like, oh, it's gonna be a good day, we're good. And I just happen to be at a place where I see them constantly, and I love it. And I try to film them anytime I see them. And they show up near my house a lot, sometimes even my own front yard. I've got several clips where I'm like less than 100 yards away from the deer. And I love seeing deer. But I've also seen recently, we've got a porcupine that keeps bugging our house, and I've gotten one clip of him. Most of the time when I see him, it's dark, or like I don't want to get close to a porcupine, so I'm too far away from him to get a good clear shot, especially with my camera. Husband's camera, spot on. If he's ever got some clips, I'm like, send those to me. Because his camera is fantastic for that kind of stuff. My camera, not so much. But like, if I just happen to live in a part of the world where I've seen porcupines, he's seen not otters, beavers, like in the river. We live right above the river, and like a couple of times he's seen beavers. We've seen deer. I saw my first bald eagle close to the river. I think it was on a log right above the river, and I was like, oh, because I've seen them going towards other towns, but I've never seen them that close to our house. We've got hawks, and I love whenever I can get clips of nature. If my spirit animal was a bird, it would be a magpie, which is what we have a fuck ton of. We have a fuck ton of magpies, and I love magpies. Magpies are like the Midwest crow. You want a band of birds to befriend? Magpies. Magpies are so cool. But yeah, we've got all of these critters, and I love taking video clips of them for my like B-roll. And then if we go to events, I love doing, like, especially if it's noisy, I like using the clips of like parades and different events and exploring stores and stuff like that as B-roll. So I like including all that kind of stuff in my videos. I'm not saying I'm not going to include this stuff. That's part of what makes a vlog a vlog. But I'm thinking, my channel is going through a transformation because I do all these clips. Even now, I've been sitting here talking about this stuff for like 10 minutes. It's the same clip. My videos are getting longer, but there's so many topics that I think would be really cool to discuss, whether like just as a friendly like conversation, what do you guys think? What are you guys' thoughts about this kind of thing? Or as a, this is what I'm working on and here's my thought process behind it. But my mind jumps between so many topics that it's hard to keep up. And sometimes I come back to topics. Like I've been planning out a video where I filmed it and I've got more talking points that I wanted to talk about, and I'm going to go back and film those talking points, and I might go back and film whatever I filmed too, because it'll be easier to mesh these topics back in the new topics into the old topics. It's convoluted. But yeah, with all of that said, I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do. And because it takes so long to edit a video and upload a video, I am just trying to figure out what would work best for me. And one of the things that I was thinking of, one of the things I would like to do more of is like storytime videos where I discuss, there's like some conversations I've had on live streams where I talk about things from either my childhood or like my teenage years, and people are like, whoa, what? And I'm like, yeah. And I think that would be so much fun to have like a dedicated video for, but at the same time, I don't want to have to edit a video. So one of the things I've been thinking about doing is just like writing down a list of topics like that. And I do want to spend more time gaming. And I do want to live stream that gaming. The problem with it is that I don't talk a lot when I'm gaming. Ask my husband. When I'm gaming with him, I actually do not conversate a lot. You know how gamers like to talk about, they react. I'm not very reactionary. If something explosive happens, of course I'm reactionary. Or if like something emotional happens, of course I'm. But like just playing a game, that's to me, that's my chill time. And I'm just like, and I don't talk a lot. So one of the things I've been thinking about is like, what if I combine my gaming with story time? And while I'm playing different games, I could also be telling about different things that happened in my childhood, or like things I grew up doing, or even just like discussion videos, like coffee chats. So it'd be like gaming chats, basically, where I'm just talking about different topics while I'm gaming and engaging with an audience. And I don't know if that's something anyone would be interested in, but it's just something I've been thinking about doing because I just want to find more ways to carve out time for all of my interests while still providing content that I think you guys will enjoy. I do have a very busy schedule and every once in a while I have lots of downtime. Like right now we're in downtime season because there's not really a lot of school events going on. I think the next school event is my youngest choir event, which is in May. Then end of school at the end of May. And then summer break starts in June. End of May, beginning of June. But as far as like archery doesn't start back up until the fall. They've got shotgun. Ooh, I've gotta find that flyer of a shotgun actually. That just reminded me. I have to see when shotgun stuff is due because they start shotgun in June. So that starts in the summer. No? Yeah, June. That starts in the summertime, it ends in the fall. So yeah, there's like all these things that they're doing that are like, we're in a low season in between everything, basically. Soccer's done. My youngest who was doing soccer was through the community, not through the school. It was only until a certain age. She has reached that age. She can no longer do soccer. She is done with soccer unless we find somewhere that she can play soccer like on a school team, which is not here because they don't have it through the school. So no more soccer. Volleyball, she can still do volleyball, but again, that starts up in the end of winter, like at November, December, maybe October, end of the year. So like we are in that down season, and because of that, a lot of things are a little easier and I have a little bit more free time. And I use the term free time very loosely because there's always going to be like outdoor chores that we need to do while it's warm. So that is where I stand. And I'm just trying to figure out how to use my time wisely and still do things that I want to do. And I think that's one of the ways I could do it. I could do, if I do the live streams, they would be on Twitch. But I would probably like pull those Twitch videos. I think there's a way to dual stream. I don't know how to do that yet. Give me time, maybe eventually I'll learn. But I think what I want to do is just stream them for now straight to Twitch. And then I can pull the video, maybe even edit it down. I don't know what I want to do. And then pull it over to YouTube for those who just like the conversation stuff. I don't know exactly what I want to do. I just know that I want to be able to have like more discussions without going live, because I'm not a huge fan of live. And like I like the interaction from lives, but like it's 1 o'clock in the morning and that's when I'm taking my lunch break. No one's awake at this time most of the time. Like that's my problem with doing lives, is that my schedule doesn't fit 90% of the populace, and that's why I prefer videos. That's what I tend to watch videos. That's why I tend to watch videos. That's why I tend to film videos, is because of the fact that while lives are great for that interaction, they're not so great as far as like the time constraints. And yes, I realize there's a lot of people out there who watch replays. I am not one of those people. Once a live is done, I don't tend to go back and rewatch them. Do I every once in a while? Yes, but it depends on the live. But I've got so many people who produce videos every day that I just struggle to keep up with videos. Every once in a while I get my watch list down to 0, and the very next day there's like 15 videos to watch. I'm like, oh my god, already? Jeez, okay. So that I haven't a hard enough time keeping up with videos, which is why I prefer those videos, because they're easier to keep up with when I'm doing like work. So that's just a personal preference. I'm not saying that's for everyone. But yeah, that's where my thoughts are. I don't know yet what I'm going to be doing. Will I be cutting out videos completely? No, because like I said, I like the discussion videos. I like having those topics like centered around one thing, and I like having those sit down chats. I want to do more, but I don't have the capacity to do more in a way that isn't going to be more work. I think that's not quite right. That's as close as it's gonna get as far as like explaining how that works. So yeah, that's where my thoughts are currently. What are your thoughts? What do you guys think about that stuff like that? Would you be interested in watching like a video where it's like a chitty chat story time kind of thing with gameplay as the background? Like, is that something you're interested in? Let me know. I don't even know if I have my Twitch attached to my Linktree. My Twitch name is the same as my handle here, so it's SD Hegyes. But I don't know if it's in my Linktree. It's time for me to take a shower. That's why my head itches so much. Oh, that's the other thing. I've started having a problem with dandruff. I have never had dandruff. I mean, that's a lie. I have had dandruff. But usually the dandruff doesn't hit me until I go too long without showers. No, I took a shower yesterday. Can't fucking tell. I've got dandruff at the wazoo, and my head itches so fucking much. It's the drier weather and the fact that there's no humidity. Because I think I ran into that problem again last year too. And my allergies have kicked in. When we first moved here, my whole system went through shock because I have severe allergies in North Carolina. Or at least I did. Severe. Like, the moment anything starts blooming, my eyes are like red, puffy, and swollen, and then I've just got snot pouring from my face. Like, it's ugly and it's bad. Here, for like two years straight, I had almost no allergy symptoms. I was like, in North Carolina, I was to the point where I was taking like 3 allergy pills that are like, don't take more than 1 pill a day in 24 hours. I'm like, dude, I'm taking 3 because I can't handle it. I was taking 1 at breakfast, 1 at lunch, 1 at dinner time. And up here, until like last year, I haven't had to take any. And then last year I had to start taking 1, and I'm almost to the point where I'm taking 2 again. And I'm like, great, this is fantastic. But that's what the weather do be doing. And it's how I'm reacting to it. So, yeah, I'm just having all these thoughts and I don't know how to handle them. And I there just might be more videos where it's just like this, where it's just random chit chats that are like 20 minutes long, like this one is already, where that's all the video is, and I'll just be random bonus content that I put out every once in a while, or I will find a way to do something else. I don't know what I want to do. I don't know. I thought I had it all figured out. I was like, cool, I'll do one talking video a week, and I'll do one vlog a week, and every once in a while I'll put up a bonus video on like a Saturday or Sunday. And I was like, that'll be cool. And then I have my live stream on Saturday night. That'll be cool. But there's like so many things I want to discuss. Like another thing I want to do, there's a couple songs where I found when I was going through files, I found where I was either reading through a book, and I did this, I was watching, this wasn't a book I had read, so I don't know what exactly I had done. I think what I had done is I'd watched like a reading vlog where someone had gone through the book and read it themselves, and were basically giving us a live update on what happened in the book and how it was going. And when they finished doing their live review, and I say live loosely, it was a video, so it was just clips of them reading and whenever they were talking about the book. And when I got finished with it, I took notes on what I would have done differently. So I've got stuff like that. And then I also have where there's a song that I really like that is one of those where it's like I felt like it needed interpretation, not because the song itself needed interpretation, but because of the fact that I feel like it's one of those songs where it can be interpreted in multiple different ways. And so like I found a document where I had discussed almost line by line my interpretation of the song, and I think that would make a cool discussion video where I just like go watch maybe like a reaction video where I watched the video to this song. It was an animated video to this song, and I talk about like my interpretation of the song. I think something like that would be cool. I would love to do more reaction videos where I watch either clips from another authortuber's or YouTuber's video, or like I love animation. I love it. So one of the things that always pops up on my feed nowadays is whenever these animation students put out their like final animations for their courses, I eat that shit up. I love it so much. And they're like, I just watched one the other day. It was a short film called Fueled. Oh my god, it's heartbreaking. And I want to do stuff like that where I think it would be cool to do something like a live reaction. I don't know how that would work with YouTube though, because of the fact that and I don't mean like first reaction. I don't mean anything like that. I just mean like watching it and talking about my own thoughts and interpretations as I'm watching something, or like how stuff is conveyed. I think all of these would be so cool as like content to do. And I just, like, again, I have so many ideas. Part of me still wants to create another channel where I love D&D. I don't know if you guys know this. I don't play that often. In fact, actually, I have played off and on for 10 years now. But if you took all of the time that I've actually actively played, it would probably be less than 1 year, which is why I still consider myself a baby D&D player, because I haven't, in all actuality, played a lot of D&D. And one of the ideas I've always had, and I've had this since before I even started playing D&D, is I love cosplay. I love D&D. My favorite kind of characters to play are tieflings, which, if you don't know D&D, it's like this demonic humanoid. Various tieflings have different features based on their demon versus human side. And I have multiple different tiefling characters, and one of my tiefling characters is a bard. And so like one of the ideas I've always had, this would be for like a different channel possibly, but could it be for this one? It actually could be, because what I wanted to do is I wanted to dress as this bard tiefling, and I wanted to tell stories, like a fireside chat where like my dream home has a fireplace, and what I wanted to do was sit in like a comfy chair next to the fireplace and tell like stories as a bard. I think that would be so cool to do fireside story chats while dressed as my tiefling character, sitting next to a fireplace. Like I even have a prop that's a book, so I'm actually turning the pages while telling the story. Or like, because it's a bard, they play an instrument, and I would be like, I have a flute. So like, and yes, I can play the flute to some extent. I'm still baby flute player, but that was back from like my high school days, middle school days. But like, I have all of these ideas of things that I want to do. And it would just be cool to start incorporating some of those ideas into my videos. How I'm going to do that, I don't know. The storytime chats could also be like, I want to get, like, again, I mentioned gaming, but I have other crafting hobbies too. I don't do a lot of loom knitting these days. I still do it. It's actually the one I do the most compared to every other hobby I have. But maybe film myself while I'm loom knitting. Usually when I do loom knitting, I am watching a movie at the same time. So that one might not happen as much or as easily. But like loom knitting, I do scrapbooking. Like I do, what are some other things I do? I have dabbled a little teeny tiny bit into counter cross stitch. I've done diamond painting. I love coloring and coloring books. Like, I think it would be cool to do like these storytime chats over, like film myself doing these hobbies possibly, and then do the voiceover. Or just film myself doing these hobbies and just talk while I'm, why is my skin so red? Is it actually red? It is. Oh, cool. Interesting. Just now noticed. I thought it was lighting. It's not lighting. Oh, it's from where my bag was sitting. Okay, the strap from my bag. That's, okay, I understand where it's from now. This is how often my brain jumps between topics. But anyways, what was I saying? Like, I just want to do, I don't know what I want to do. I have way too many ideas, not enough time to do them, not enough energy to do them, because that's the other thing, energy. My spell slots are depleted, y'all. I don't have the spell slots to do these tasks. And spell slots, if you know what the spoon theory is, just switch it out for spell slots and you know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't have enough spoons to do all this. But I have so many ideas. I am brimming with ideas of things I want to do. And I don't know exactly how to do them. So yeah, now that I've spent like almost 30 minutes discussing just this one topic, this video will probably be by itself. So I'm just going to film like an intro and outro. For this one video clip alone, because this is the kind of stuff that I'm running into. I have so many things that I want to do, so many, especially like topics I want to talk about, and like the discussions of different books, the discussions of different games, the discussions of different songs and interpretations, and what does this mean? Especially like there's so much stuff going on in the world right now that I feel like we need that kind of stuff. Like I want to do, like, I've been reading off and on the original Witcher books, and like the author is Polish, I think, Scandinavian, I can't remember. And one of the things I've been doing is I've been annotating the book, not physically, I've been adding like tabs, but like I've been annotating the book with different things that I'm recognizing from things I already know, and things that I'm pretty certain are from like Scandinavian or Polish mythology and legends, because he pulls a lot from the Scandinavian legends and mythology. I think it's Scandinavian. I don't remember. It's Polish or Scandinavian. It's one of the two. But I've been marking down things as I see them and come across them, and like the stylistic choices. And I think that would be kind of cool stuff to put in videos too and discuss. And I just, again, so many different ideas of things I want to do, and I just don't know how to do them in a way that's entertaining or a way that is like thought-provoking. I don't know what I want to do. Too many things. That's the one thing that sucks about being a creator. And I don't talk about like the creative side of like YouTube a lot because I just put out videos and I mostly like focus on writing stuff. But that doesn't mean I'm not always thinking about the creative side or the creator side of YouTube. And I've hit that point where like for a while when for the longest time when you're on YouTube, everyone's like, you gotta niche down, you gotta talk about one thing. And I was like, I don't want to do advice videos. I don't want to do tip videos. I just want to talk about my specific writing journey, like what has worked for me. And I've hit that point now where I'm just like, fuck it. I'll talk about what the fuck I want to talk about, and I don't care if you like it or not. Because these videos are not necessarily for, yes, I want to entertain you guys. I want to tell you guys what's going on. But I don't make these videos specifically for you, if that makes sense. I started this channel with the idea of recording my journey, with the intention of recording what I like. And that's one of those things where, like, that's the truth, but it's also a lie, because of the fact that I was fed so many times that I have to niche down. I have to do this, have to do this, have to do this in order to get, like, viewers, to get subscribers, to get things like that. So I tried different things. I tried doing, like, short book reviews of books I liked. I'm not a huge book reviewer. Every once in a while I've done these little rants about either whether I've liked a story or I hated a story, and I go into spoiler-filled details about that kind of stuff. But it's not content that I'm, like, 100% want to do, but it was just what it felt like I should be doing, if that makes sense. Like, the vlogs are the only thing where, like, that has been 100%, and some of the discussion videos has been 100% me. But there's some things I've done where I did them not because they were what I necessarily wanted to do. It's not to say that I didn't want to do that kind of video. It's not that I didn't want to do that video. It's just that I didn't necessarily want. This is not coming out right. Watch me muddle my way through this talk. There are some videos that I've made on this channel. Hold on. There are some videos I've made on this channel. It's not that that's not the kind of content. It's not content that I didn't want to make. It's just not the kind of content I wanted to concentrate on. And for a while there, I was going through a stage where I was trying different things because everyone said I needed to niche down. Everyone said I needed to make a specific type of content. And so I was trying all of these specific types of content to find the type of content that I wanted to niche down to. And now I've hit that point in my journey where I'm like, no, that's not what I wanted this channel to be for. I wanted this channel more as like a video journal of my journey as I'm going through publication. If you go back to my very first video, first of all, it's my 10th year doing YouTube. It's my 10th year on YouTube as an author-tuber. I will be doing, I think June 17th will be the official anniversary, and I do have a video I'll be doing about that, where I'll go into more detail about some of the things I'm getting ready to discuss. But 10 years on YouTube, I'm realizing that I've gone through so much in 10 years, as far as like my publication journey, the kind of content I'm consuming on YouTube, the kind of content I want to release on YouTube. And I've hit that stage again where I'm just like, there's so many things I want to do. And there's a couple of things stopping me, the fact that I don't know how you as my audience will receive this kind of content. And I just, or I don't have the time or energy to put into the kind of content to make it the kind of content that I feel is good for you guys. That's the way I want to talk about it. And I'm in a growing point in my creation cycle as far as like what kind of content I want to put out. So yeah, I've got all these ideas and no idea how I want to execute them, no idea if I want to execute them for this channel, for a separate channel. Like, again, going back to the D&D, dressing up as that tiefling bard, I think that would actually be super cool for this channel because it deals with storytelling. Because I was going to tell these fantastical stories, and yes, they would probably be like based on the D&D sessions I've taken part in the past and future and stuff like that. But because that is an element of storytelling, that could still totally go on this channel. That way I don't have to create a secondary channel because I've already got like 3 channels. One isn't just for watching YouTube back when I first started YouTube, and it doesn't get used for anything anymore. The second one is for gaming. when I decided to keep gaming separate, and I was gaming with my husband. And then I've got this one, which is supposed to be author related only, I guess. But the problem is I don't want to go through the trouble of necessarily, if something is going to still be story related, I don't necessarily want to go through the trouble of putting it on another channel, if that makes sense. I don't know if any of this makes sense. I'm just basically rambling at this point, talking as I think of stuff. Welcome to how my brain works. It's a hodgepodge mess. I am a hot mess. So yeah, now that I've talked on this one topic for 30 minutes, I don't know what the answer is. There might not be an answer. This might be the answer. The answer might just be that I need to start just doing what I want, and it'll either be well received or it won't. And then I'll have to make a decision on whether or not I want to keep doing that kind of content or put that content on a different channel where I don't care. It's literally just for me because I wanted to do it. Or if I will like scrap it completely and be like, oh, that was a bad idea. Let's not do that again. So yeah. That's just basically what I've been thinking about the past few days and why I've been thinking that. Yeah, so many ideas, so many things I want to do. What about you guys? Like, is there content that you want to make, but because you feel like you have to keep your channel on a specific niche, or like you cannot execute like for me, I can't dress up as a tiefling. I don't know if you guys have ever noticed, but I hardly ever wear makeup. I'm not wearing makeup today. I almost never wear makeup. In fact, actually, I had recently threw out all my makeup because it's been over a year since I wore any of it, and I'm one of those people that I don't wear a lot of makeup because of the fact that my skin is super sensitive. I put on eyeshadow, it's off within 5 minutes because I'm instantly rubbing at it. Instantly. And actually, for anyone who was about to come into the comments and tell me, what if you try all natural? That's actually the worst. It makes me instantly itch. I can't even fully complete my eye look before I'm like rubbing it off because it itches so badly. I just have super sensitive skin, and I am pretty certain the only kind of products I'll be able to wear as far as makeup goes is the super expensive $50+ shenanigery that I cannot afford. So yeah, I don't wear makeup because I cannot wear makeup. And every once in a while I wear mascara. Every once in a while I wear eyeliner. I love lip color. I love having my picture. I don't know if it's my picture here or if it's my author photo I'm wearing bright purple lipstick or bright blue lipstick, one of the two. And I love it. I had green, blue, and purple that I just tossed away because I can't wear it anymore. But like I like wearing literally those 3 items: mascara, eyeliner, lipstick. That's it. But again, it's been over a year since I last wore makeup because I cannot wear it for very long. Because I bite and pick my lips too much to wear lipstick. It fades off within a couple minutes. I lick my lips too much. I'm constantly, even with just chapstick. I carry chapstick with me at all times because that's not chapstick. I carry chapstick with me at all times because I am constantly chewing and biting at my lips. I'm constantly licking my lips. I am constantly biting at my lips. Oh, yeah, even my work photo, I'm wearing lipstick. Huh, that's interesting. Go me. But yeah, what was I talking about that led to that makeup thing? Oh, my tiefling characters are blue. My main character is blue. I've got 1 red and 1 purple. The blue one is my favorite. If I can't wear makeup, there's no freaking way I'm going to put body painting on for a video. So yeah, those are some things that that's part of the reason I haven't done a video like that where I dress as my tiefling character. I will probably create a new tiefling character where I do not have to wear makeup. I'll just add like claws where, I can wear gloves or just put on some nails. I have horns. I have a couple different pairs of horns actually now, and antlers. I might create a brand new character for that idea. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. But like the costuming is part of the reason I haven't executed some of these video ideas. Like just having sit down time to actually talk like this, where I just string of consciousness kind of thing, kind of like I'm doing now, where vlog clips just get too long and I've had to cut I say cut vlog clips. It's not that I've cut them. I just leave them out of the vlogs and just forget about them. That's mostly what's happened, is that I've gone to do a vlog and there's been clips that I've cut that I didn't use, that I've done with the intention of making them their own video, and then just completely forgotten about. There's like been 4 or 5 of those already where I'm like, oh man, I forgot to do this, but hopefully this doesn't become one of them. This might. So yeah, that's, now that my break is like officially, I have run over in my time as far as like lunch break into regular break. That's where my brain has been lately, and it's been chaotic. It's been all over the place. Those are my thoughts lately. I want to know your guys' opinions. Like, what kind of content do you guys like watching? What kind of content that you guys find interesting, that even especially among the stuff that I mentioned that I want to do, such as the story time with either the gaming or the crafting, or like dressing up as my D&D characters and stuff like that. Like, I'm curious what you guys find interesting that you guys already currently watch, or like you would like to see more of that you don't get because of various reasons. So yeah, that's where I'm at with this. I don't know what I intended with this clip originally. I don't know what the point was originally, but this is now, because of how long it is, going to be a bonus video on my channel. And I apologize that it's so long. I just had a lot to say about this topic, and I jumped around various topics, which is what I normally do. This is how chaotic my brain is, guys. This is what happens when I don't have just a dedicated, specific, I've got bullet point notes for whatever I'm going to be talking about. I revolve in circles and come back to things and go away from them and come back to them, and it's chaos. My brain is chaos. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna wrap this up. Thank you for listening to me ramble. Let me know all of your thoughts in the description, because I'm curious. Not description. God dang it, I can't even think at this point. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments, and I will see you all in the next video, which will hopefully be an actual regular vlog. So, bye, Dragonlings.